Good morning and welcome to the instructional video of the Auto Trail Imala 715. So going around the outside of the vehicle, it's based on a Fiat 2.3 130. We've got the folding mirrors, which are electrically operated. The mains plug-in point, which you'll see just locates underneath the cover just there. Below that we have your wastewater drain, so grey water is waste only. So that drains any water that goes down the sinks, the shower, etc. Fridge vent, so you can get vents for these when it starts getting colder, as it is this morning. And then we have below that your wastewater drain. So this is draining any water from the wastewater. You'll see that the previous owners also put an insulated lagging material on there to stop that from freezing. Above this, by pressing the buttons in, need two hands to do that, we have your toilet cassette. Lift up the handle, the toilet cassette will slide out. Remove the little grey top and that will allow you to empty it, and we do advise you to use the little orange button here at the top, just there, which will release any air when you're emptying it. Clean it out, put your toilet chemical in there, make sure it clips back in and it sits over the little lip there, and that will allow you then to use the toilet for, again, cleaned and filled up. To the back of the vehicle, it's fitted with the reversing camera just up there above the Auto Trail sign. And then we move round to the passenger side. We have a locker door access. So again, you'll need two hands to do this. Put your fingers either side and then clip it in place with there. You'll see that it does come with carpets. They are located just underneath there. We have a little light and your pump is just located in the corner. This is also accessible from underneath the bed area as well. To fill the fresh water tank up, we've got a little water filler cap here. Just use the key that does all the external lockers, and that will allow you to simply fill up the vehicle with a hose pipe. To the side of that we have the Truma vent. Now you can use this with the vent in the right position when you're using it on gas, but we do advise you to take it off when you're using the gas, otherwise the system will blow up, block up. Simply lift it up there and release it, put your cover inside, and that will stop any gas build-ups when you're using the system on gas. Like I say, on electric you can leave it off, it's up to you if you want to take it off though. Behind that we have clearly marked LPG, and this is where you will find your manuals. You can get 2 bottles in there, and you will have a main regulator. You will need a pigtail to connect it up to whichever gas bottle source you decide to do. Again, don't come as standard, so you'll need to obtain these either via your local gas supplier or via us here, as the customer is doing, and I'll show them when they hand over the vehicle to them tomorrow. The habitation door is located there, and there is an electric step that is located down at the bottom there. Diesel is located just in the cap there, and that will be used by the main Fiat key. And then we go to the inside of the vehicle. All the Fiats are exactly the same. They come located with the engine battery underneath this panel here, if you're looking to find where that is. And underneath the seat, when you swivel it out of the way, you have a little toolkit that's supplied from Fiat to Auto Trail. We have bonnet release catch. Pull that down, that will give you access underneath the bonnet. And then we have a storage area just above. Passenger airbag is located underneath there. Little storage area there, and your cup holders located there. The vehicle is fitted with Remis blinds, and they concertina across and just clip in just there. On the door itself, you've also got the blinds that are pleated to screen you off in an evening. The inside of the vehicle and the roof lights all come with flash screens and blinds as well. And moving to the inside of the vehicle, I'll explain how they all work now. On the door itself, we've got a umbrella, a bin, and a blind. It also comes with a fly screen to keep out them insects and bugs on them warm summer days. So, moving inside the vehicle, we have a quite easy to operate and navigate system just there above the door, which will turn on the main power to the vehicle, show you what's in your vehicle battery, your leisure battery, turn on the water pump, make sure you don't turn it on with no water in, and then we have got our water level for the fresh water. It's empty at the moment because it was quite cold last night, so we emptied the main water tank. Moving around the vehicle, we have plenty of storage on all the cupboard areas. You'll see that this one has the low line function, so no bed above, and again storage either side. The little lights underneath simply turn on and off with a little rocker switch if you want to do that, and then we have a little light here that will turn on and off by pressing the end of the button just underneath there. In this panel here, this is your main control panel, so the main RCD breaker can be found there. The yellow test button is the point that you will need to press to see a vehicle, the vehicle's being powered by electric from outside. We've got the main fuses, a little rocker switch that a customer's fitted to charge either the leisure or the engine battery, solar panel regulator, and then the main charger button, which if you're not using the vehicle for any length of time, you need to turn off just on the power button there. Again, we've got light switches that turn on and off just there. We've got a smoke alarm and a carbon monoxide detector. Storage again, above in the cupboards, we've got cup holders, plate holders, bowl holders, and your remote control for the TV, which you can see operating at the front there. This is a Sargent system. It's fitted as standard with the auto trails, and you'll need to tune this in as per the locations that you go in. When you're finished using the vehicle TV, you can turn it off either with the remote or by pressing the button just there, and it just simply locks in place by twisting that little button just there, and it stores away nice and neat there. The cab itself has the captain seats that are swivel around. You'll need to make sure that you miss the handbrake and the steering wheel when you're moving the driver's seat, and there is a little box of fuses just lower down there at the bottom. The seat moves forward and backwards using the little slide bar at the front, and to release it from its forward facing position, we have a little lever on either side that will just need pulling back to allow you to swivel it around. The cab itself, I mentioned, has USB charging point and jack point underneath there. We have an integrated radio, air conditioning, traction plus and hill descent, as well as your lock button, USB charging points just on there. We have steering wheel controls, the reverse camera. On this side we have your windscreen wipers, and one to remember is just on the end here we have a little trip monitor, electric window switches for both driver and passenger, and the mirror controls for all four windows on the wing mirrors. To the bottom here we have speed limiter and cruise control. To the top we have your lights and your indicators. The blinds themselves have full blind, and pull it down again, fly screen. That is the same on all the windows around the vehicle, and I showed you the blind and the fly screen on the actual door itself. Moving to the kitchen area, we've got sink, tap, a pull-up, 3-pin, 3-socket system. You'll need to just turn it on just at the bottom there when you want to use it. Pull that down out of the way. And then we've got your cooking facilities here. We've got 3 gas burners and 1 electric. Please ensure that the hobs cool down before you close the lid. From experience, you don't want to see that smashing. And then we've got your mains powered electric microwave option just above. When you're cooking, you can open the windows. You've also got the fan option above. You'll need to open up the fan first of all. So you do this by turning the little lever here on the right hand side, and then press the button to either then bring the air out of it or bring it in by pressing the buttons, depending on how hot or cold it is. Just like that. That'll change the fan operation. There is a fly screen, there is a blind on that as well to take the light out in an evening. when you're turning the unit off, just make sure that you turn the power off, let the fan slow down, and then most importantly, turn and close the little roof light before travelling off. We have a roof light that opens here. You must undo the window stairs on all the positions, and then it will lift up and lock in place by twisting the little handles there. They're the same on the windows around the vehicle, so release each of the handles, and again ensure that these are closed before moving off. Open it and then turn the little dials to hold the window in place. Again, probably make yourself a little check sheet for moving off, making sure that you are moving things around. The oven unit itself has a light for the oven just there, and this one will operate your oven. Your grill is operated just here, and you have an igniter that will ignite them all once your gas is turned on. Each of the socket, the hob positions are marked quite clearly on the front of the unit itself, so you can't get it mixed up. To the right hand side of that, we've got a storage area, utensil drawer just above, and then next to that we have the main fridge unit. To turn the fridge on, press and hold the button, and that will illuminate up. The battery option, as you see now, will only work when the engine's running. We have the gas option, which again, guys, will only work when the gas is on. You'll hear it clicking and it'll ignite once the gas is on. And then lastly, we have the mains power electric, which we are currently at the moment, which will then allow the fridge to cool down on electric. To change the temperature from the warmest to the coldest setting, you'll need to press that button, and this is very important. This is a reset button. If it's tried to ignite on gas several times, it will lock out. You will need to reset it by pressing that button just there. You can quite clearly see that when the unit's on, it lights up. When you turn the unit off, the light goes out. Very simple, very easy. The picnic table is removable, or you can leave it in place. To remove it, you'll need to undo the little dials just there, and it can swing out the way. To make up this front bed, you simply just slide it across, and you will see that just underneath this area here, which can be slid out of the way, is where you will find your vehicle leisure battery located. Yeah. Can use storage underneath there, and it has been set up to take another battery if you wish. And again, on this side we have storage underneath the bed itself. Slide them back in place. Behind the door is where the table is mounted. Pretty self-explanatory on the table side of it. Above that we have the cupboard, which houses the digital aerial and the booster box, so you'll need to make sure that that little light is showing and operational for your TV signal to work. As you've seen, it does work. Around the bed at the back we have, again, more storage located by opening that. We have a Hecky roof light with a blind and a fly screen located on it. To open it up, press the button, pull the handle down. There's several little positions that you can have it in, and then before moving off, make sure it clips back in place just as you see there. At the back we've got, again, more storage, and that cable, just for your own knowledge, is your camera that's fitted to the back of the vehicle. Underneath the bed, and the bed does lift up, we have, again, your water heater located just there. Now you will see that there is two little boxes down at the bottom here. The right hand side box, as you're looking at it, is your switch for the heater. So without that turned on, you won't get your heating working. The button to the right is your water heater. As I've no water heating on there, I have got that turned off. And the only other thing to remember is just there, you will see there's a little yellow toggle valve. You will need to empty that to empty the 10 litres which is in the water storage heater. Yeah, so that will need emptying when you're draining down the vehicle. And as I previously mentioned, your pump is located just to the back underneath the bed. It does have a little filter at the side of it that you can change if you wish to do that, and that's where that's located, underneath that bed. Now the water heater itself has an electric option. Just, I don't know whether you can see that. Let's open that door, give us a bit bright. So an electric option. So you've two positions or three positions for the switch to go into. We have a middle position which turns it off, an up position which puts it on 1 kilowatt electric, and a down position which puts it on 2 kilowatt electric. That will only be functioning when that switch underneath the bed is turned on for the water heater. That is the electric part of the water heater. The gas part can be found just at the bottom of the bed, and that has again a three-way switch for either 50 degrees off or 70 degrees down. Again, will only work once your gas is turned on. We don't advise that you turn this on if there isn't any water in that heater as well. Above that, we have your main controls for the actual heating within the vehicle when we're on electric. So we have a three-way switch. So you can see there is 2000 at the top, so that's 2 kilowatt. The 0 position, which is off. The 500, which is half kilowatt, or the 1000, which is 1 kilowatt. So that is the power that you're trying to run the heating with on electric. To change the temperature, you turn the dial in the middle area. To change the power source, you literally turn the little rocker switch just like that to either 500, 1000, off, or 2 kilowatts. Yeah, so that is your electric side of it. To get the heating going, so that will heat up the fan. To move it around, you'll see there's a little dial to the left hand side. Let's just get a better position so that you can see it. So just on the top here, you'll see there's a dial. And we have a few functions. So the middle position here, which is the 0, is off. We have automatic, which will automatically work to the temperature of the dial that we've set just on the control panel I showed you previously. Or we have a manual which will continually run. The fan speed to blow the vehicle, blown ahead heating around, will be determined by turning this dial here on the top, and that will speed or slow down the fan that circulates the blown ahead heating out of the vents around the vehicle. So two parts to it. First part being your part for your electric just on there, which will just work the fire, and then you've got the second part which will blow the heating around the vehicle just there. The other part to this is the gas side of it, and this will operate by turning this dial here, and then, which you'll hear it clicking if I be quiet. Once it lights, it will stop clicking, and again you can turn the temperature and the speed up and the heating up by turning that dial. By turning it off to the off position at the top, that will stop the gas side of it working. So gas on this side of it, the blown air heating around the vehicle and the fan speed just on this side. The source for the electric just there. Gas for your boiler. Electric for the boiler. And ensuring the two switches are turned on underneath the bed for either source that you're trying to use. That's probably the most complicated bit of the vehicle. If you do get stuck, we are here to help you. To the side of that, we've got your wardrobe, and then moving into the bathroom area, we've got your toilet, your sink, and your shower area. Again, we're utilising a Hecky roof light, and we've got your little shower and mixer taps there. So once you've got water into the boiler, you've got to prime the system through. So you'll need to turn on the water pump, turn the tap to the hot position, open up the tap itself. Again, it's empty, so you'll expect no water to come out. It might spit and spurt initially until you've got a steady stream of water. I wouldn't then go to any of the heating controls for the actual boiler until you know the boiler is full of water. Again, ensure that that switch is turned on at the side of the boiler, the little yellow toggle valve, otherwise water will run out underneath the vehicle. The toilet itself, so to remove the toilet, you will need to have the toilet in, or a blade valve, in the closed position. To open and close it, you'll need to move this towards the back of the vehicle, we'll open it, towards the front of the vehicle, we'll close. And again, it's got to be closed for you to be able to pull it out. For you to flush the water, you simply press the blue button, and once it is full, it will give you an indicator on here to remove the toilet cassette and empty the toilet cassette. Once you've finished using the vehicle, make sure that everything is turned down and secured in place. Make sure that your power is turned off by pressing that button. Again, that will turn off the little fan. Will turn off the heater controls. And if you really wanted to and you're not using it for any length of time and you wasn't plugged in, you would turn off the power button. If you're plugged in at home, you can leave that turned on. And then we are ready then to leave and go either home or to our next adventure. I do hope you find this informative. I look forward to your comments and your feedback, but most importantly, we hope you enjoy your new auto trailer Imala. Thank you.